All right. Hi, everyone. Oops. Oh, no. Exit full screen. All right. I'm going to get my apron on while I wait for a few people to get on. See if I have any viewers. This live is last minute like usual. So when you pop on, if you can hear me, please let me know. If you cannot, please let me know. And make sure that, Stephanie, this is just for you. And then make sure that you can see everything okay as well. I'm going to get my apron on real quick. Okay. This wraps around the belly still, which is nice. All right. Stephanie, you can hear me okay? Oof. I just blew up my little stability ball. Oh, hi, Lisa. I'm so excited for your little peanut. Me too. I am ready for him to come out. Very ready for him to come out. My little ball that I've been sitting on, because it's so much more comfortable, I had to blow it up because I was starting to flatten it because I use it so much. I feel like it's almost the same size as my belly right now. But one more week. He's doing the 17th. Oh, hi, Deanne. Just wanted to say hi, not painting today. Wanted to see the baby bump. Yes. You know what? I have a funny, so you'll have to watch this video later because I have a funny picture to show you. My husband might not appreciate it, but it's really funny. Your oldest just turned 21. I know. He was so little, Lisa. He was so little. Oh, my gosh. They grow up. They grow up so fast. Okay, so let me I'm going to remove this banner. Get that out of the way. Hide current banner. Yep. Okay. Good. So I know that this dolphin painting is what you see. I'm going to play with it and kind of mix it up a little bit. So you have this as an example, and it's actually it's posted on my website too. But this is just kind of what inspired me. I'd painted this before, but I want to play with it a little bit and go from there. It's going to be a little bit more simple today and on a smaller canvas. Hi, Terry. Just working on the truck. And celebration, yes, the truck interchangeable. I just got a few more of those in, so I'm super excited about those. And the best part is you can work on that all year because it's seasonal. So I'm going to take this off, and we're just going to kind of play around here. So what I did is I printed off a picture of a dolphin, a little dolphin silhouette. It's a little small, but I think it'll be okay. And let's grab... What do I want? I want painter's tape here. So this is an easy way to make a horizon if you ever need one with a straight line. So I'm going to take some painter's tape. Make sure you can see this here. And oh my gosh, it's the right size. So I'm going to put it, you can make your horizon wherever you want. And you don't even have to use this. This is just an easy way to do it. So that's where I want my horizon. When I do my dolphin, when I trace it, it's going to be kind of like right here probably. I think that looks okay. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be okay. And you know what? We can actually trace that on before so you can see. So if I want my dolphin kind of coming out of my water, maybe right here, pull that back. I have graphite paper. These are becoming more in stock now. They were out of stock for a long time because of the virus. But they are now, you can find them on like Michael's and stuff. Mine is a 16 by 20. They have different sizes, but the 16 by 20 I feel fits all canvas sizes, so I just get that one. So I'm just going to trace this dolphin here. You can have more than one dolphin. The easiest way, like even if you want a whale or something, just go to Google Images and type in like, dolphin silhouette. That's what I did. Or, you can do that with like dogs and cats and anything like that. Stephanie, did I delete this one? I don't know if I deleted it. I can send you, I think I can find this one again and send it to you. I just Google image it and do like dolphin silhouette, find one that I like, and then I save it to my desktop, and then I go to print it, and then I adjust the size. So if I want it to be smaller, I decrease the size and print it. But If you want, I can send you this one as long as I can find it again, actually. I think it was on the first page anyway. So then there's that. There's the dolphin. And an easy way to keep it there, because we're going to paint over it, is taking a Sharpie and sharpieing this on. Usually with like really detailed silhouettes, you want to be careful, especially because this is pretty round here. But you always want to Sharpie kind of within the line instead of right on top of it. Otherwise, it just makes the dolphin grow and kind of get a little fat, especially with people if you do that with humans here. Okay, so this is going to come right back across. So let's play with the colors a little bit. I'm going to put my plate here, and I'll tell you what colors I'm using. I'm hoping that it actually works out. I don't know. So I have light portrait pink. This is just a lighter pink. You can make it too, but you know, pink and white, maybe a little orange, maybe. This is just for my sunset kind of that I want to do. And then I'm going to do medium magenta. I might have to add more. I'm going to put a sun today, so I'm going to do a little yellow. What is that? That's just primary yellow. And again, you can play with these colors, so you can do oranges and all kinds of fun things too. Not painting, but got the notification. I'm glad. Sometimes I screw those notifications up, so I'm glad you got that. One time I think I sent one and it just said, hey. And everyone's like, hey. All right, here's some white. You know what? I'm going to need more white than that. Let's be real. Here is some black. What else? I need blue for the water. So I have a hair dryer on the side, so I'll be using that. I always use that. And blue. No promises on how this will turn out. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my sky. I'm going to do like maybe a palm tree too, somewhere in there. We'll see. So I'm going to start with my sky. I'm actually just going to grab my 1-inch flat brush here. And I'm just going to start painting. Make sure you can see this. I'm just going to start painting some white on here in just scattered areas, nothing in particular, because when I start adding my other colors, it's just going to blend wherever this white is and wherever it wants, really. Ooh, don't want to get that on there. So I'm working towards, like, I want to do like a pastel-y kind of sky. Pastel-y is a technical term. So I'm going to dip into my portrait pink. I'm not rinsing off my brush. And I'm very lightly, like I'm going back and forth horizontally, but I'm very lightly just getting some color in here. I don't want to get it to where it's like, you know, these straight all the way across lines. I want to get this varied look. And I'm going to go, I'm looking at a Google image here. And I'm going to take some blue, a little bit of blue, because I actually want my blue to blend with some more pink, make a purple here. There we go. And I'm going to get a little bit of this hot pink in here. Well, hot pink, magenta. Maybe a little bit in here. I'll ultimately take some white and go back over all of these little streaks. And that'll just blend them together nicely. By the way, I bought neon colors to do the 4th of July painting. Good, you'll have it for next year. No, you can also, I mean, that's a New Year's thing. Fireworks should be year round. So, I mean, okay, that's a lie. I think fireworks should be good for any occasion. I don't want to hear them every night. But there's always a good time to paint that one. I love that one. There you go. Yeah, the neon paints, you know, every kind of brand has their own. I actually haven't really tried too much of the Liquitex neon. I don't know why. I have them. But you can have some real good ones or some real bad ones. I love the black light from Deco Art, and I love I think they're just like regular neons from Deco Art. So after I have my random bouts of color streaks on here, I'm just taking some white and going back over it. And so I'm trying not to do it too much. I want some white to stand out, but I also want it to blend the colors together. So you can see how it starts to lighten that blue. But the idea here is you do want to go kind of fast because we know that paint blends better when it's wet. Otherwise, you just get these dry, streaky marks. So it's kind of a struggle for some people, especially OCD. It's hard if you don't paint often. It's hard to get used to because you're also just trying to get used to like holding a brush again and just using paint again. A lot of us haven't done that in a long time. So I keep painting everything on my table here. Fun fact, did you know today is, what is the weird holiday? National Sugar Cookie Day. So I thought that was fun. So I raided my closet or my pantry. If I had cookies in my closet, that would be extreme, and I love that. But I wouldn't be surprised. So I raided my pantry, and I don't have sugar cookies, but we have shortbread cookies. And it wasn't the same. So what I'm going to do, when I'm done painting, I'm going to load up a tutorial for my Happy Little Painters Club. But I'm going to run down to our local bakery and get a delicious cookie. If you live near Arlington and you have not been to the Chaotic Bakery, you are missing out. It is delicious. She makes macarons and macarons, different flavors every day. It's like a surprise. And then there's like cupcakes. So good. So good. I haven't been there in a while because I have to stay away from all that stuff. This baby weight here is not just baby weight. I'll tell you that. I love, love, love all these carbs. Couldn't find red neon. Got yellow, blue, pink, and purple. Good. Red neon is... It does exist, but it doesn't really show up neon to me. It's just red. Same with sometimes like blue. The neons that really show up are the green, the pink, the orange, and the yellow. The rest are like, yeah, they're kind of neon-y, but not too much. All right, so we have the background sky. So what I want to do, and you can play with that, so you can add more pink. You know what? I was going to show you, but I don't need to. So you can add more pink. Just play with it. It's kind of like cotton candy-ish. And we're going to add some clouds. We're going to let it dry, and then we're going to add the sun as well. So what I'm going to do is take off my tape. This is so satisfying. Voila! And then you have this beautiful sky horizon. You can keep this, but just throw it away. Put that on the side. And then I'm going to go back to my big 1-inch brush. And now I'm going to just do the water. So I'm actually just going to do same thing. But I want to do some blue, basically blue and white here. And again, trying not to like blend it to where it's all one color. I want it kind of scattered. We will add in, you know, the pinks and more stuff later. But I want the base coat to be here. And honestly, this horizon line does not have to be straight, even though it was so satisfying to put that tape on. But it does not have to be. So one thing you'll notice though, I did, I Sharpied that dolphin on here. So I'm not using so much paint that I can't see the dolphin anymore. I can still see this dolphin outline. So I just want to get, the faster you go with this part down here, the less likely you are to be OCD about it, which is the hard part. And then try to get those like perfect little areas. So I'm going to scatter some of that on there. Grab some white. And go back and forth. You know what? I'm going to grab a darker blue too, I think. So get some of that on there. Grab, oh goodness. Dark blue. This is a darker blue. This is a phthalo blue, whatever you want to call it. And it's pretty much the same, but it does add a little bit more, I wouldn't say depth is the word, but maybe. So trying not to blend it, meaning getting all those different shades in there, is just don't go continuously back and forth. I'm just trying to cover my canvas, like those little white spots on the canvas. Yeah, so 3 years ago, my husband and I, I think we were engaged at that time. We went to what are they called? Murder mystery party. And it was at a brewery, and it was some kind of like hoedown country kind of. I think it was, honestly, and no judging here, I think it was called a white trash party. Um, and we went there, and they gave you characters and they gave you a description, and you got to dress up as them. And mine was Elvira was her name, and she was this pregnant lady. And my goal, you get the goals in the beginning. My goal was, you have like checklists before you have to guess like who killed the person, you know. I was supposed to try to sell my baby. And everyone has their goals, but they don't really know who's got who and who's got what. So I have a picture that we took. I won the costume contest, and I have a picture that we took of me, you know, faking being pregnant. It was so hot out that day, and I'm pretty sure I put like a basketball underneath a helmet and then a cushion, and I taped it around myself and put a shirt over it. And I have a picture I want to show you guys because I look very similar right now, except, you know, the rest of my body grew instead of just the belly. And I kept the Crocs. So I bought Crocs, and I kept the Crocs because they are incredibly comfortable. All right, so sky bottom, right? So you can see how you have different shades of blue in here. So what I'm going to do, is going to be loud for a second, is I'm going to blow dry this so we can do the clouds and kind of move on here. That sky is really pretty. It just looks like cotton candy. Oh, here, let me show you guys. I won't keep it up for long, but I want to show you guys the picture. So let's see. Okay, it's going to come on right now. Hold on. So this, if you can see that, that was our picture. So he shaved his face in like a Mario Luigi kind of way. And that's what we dressed up as. So of course, you know, the rest of me looks fantastic. The belly there. So I'm matching that right now, actually. I know it's hard for me to feel and believe, but being uncomfortable for that day versus 9 months, a little bit different here. I thought it was hilarious, and I told him we should recreate it because I have a real belly now. All right, so I'm feeling my background because I actually want to do my sun. So there's a few ways to do this. I'm going to explain to you the easy way. I'm grabbing my, well, actually, fun way, doesn't matter, they're both easy. I'm grabbing like a smaller flat brush. This is a number 12. And one way to do it, I'm going to turn this down. Nope, this way. There we go. So one way to do it is to grab, you know, some yellow, and I would mix it with white because yellow shows up best with white. And you just want to C shape and get a small sun in there. Let me put some more white on my plate. But the other option, these are very cheap. You can buy them, you know, it doesn't have to be this brand, but you can buy them at Michael's and stuff. They're just little sponges, and they're round, and they usually come with handles on them. I have a ton of different kinds, but this kind is Martha Stewart, and they have different sizes. So I would use this. It's just easy. But let me get some white on here and show you. But ultimately, I mean, we all know how to make a circle, ideally, so that's really what the goal is here. So I would mix some yellow just with some white, just because yellow doesn't always show up very well. So you can grab like wherever you want your sun. So you can, I always do like 2 parentheses C shapes, and you can see how see if I can take this sideways. Maybe you can see how I just kind of turn the brush in my hand. It's a lot easier sometimes than swirling, but you can do the same thing. This is almost the same size. You can grab some yellow and white and then just put this on here and swirl, and then you get a sun. And then I just clean it off. Sometimes they're a hassle, but I just kind of squeeze this part out. Let's go. So we have the sun. I want to leave that there. We're going to do a little bit of clouds. I'm going to grab my round brush here. And let's go. My computer is telling me that my internet is kind of slow. I am uploading a video on my other computer. So if I freeze out, it should come back on every once in a while. So I'm going to grab, this is my round brush. I prefer this brush. You can make clouds any way you want. You can actually do them with a sponge, whatever you want to do. So what I'm going to do is just take some white, get that on my brush, and I'm just going to kind of like swirl. So it's like I'll bring this up a little closer. Go right up here. So all I'm doing is taking this brush and just kind of, I didn't take too much paint, and it's running out of paint. So it's actually like a dry brush kind of effect. And I'm just going to swirl some on there. Kind of fades into the background. Just get some happy clouds in here. So I'll do that in a few different spots with some white. And I actually might like grab a little bit of pink too. I will do some white over my sun too. But I like to do, that has yellow on it. I try not to make them like these like perfect round clouds, right? So I try not to do it to where we're, you know, not just learning when we're kids, but it happens. And if yours look like that, that's not a bad thing. We all have to like try somewhere and do something. So I try to make just like odd shapes here. And you can add a little bit of water to help this out if you want to. Just make sure it's not like dripping wet. You don't want, maybe your bristles are just a little excess wet, but you don't want them to be all over the place here. So I'm going to do one over here. Can Amy or someone or Terry, anyone, Stephanie, let me know if I'm still on because my computer's kind of freaking out a bit. Otherwise, I'll just record this for you guys and put it on later. All right. And I'm not going to do a lot of clouds. I just want something in the background. I'm going to do some over the sun. Let's put one. What is that picture? That picture's showing something like right here. Still on. Oh, hi, Janelle. Hi. Okay, good. Okay. So you can see how it kind of just fades in there. And then I'm going to let my sun dry. I'll come back to that. So because my water is dry, we're going to go back to the water. So I'm going to still take my round brush with some white. I'm just going to whiten up maybe this part because this is what's under the sun. So this is where the glow is going to be. And I'm just taking some white and going back and forth and making streaks. Once I put a little bit of color on here, it's going to pop out more because we have that white underneath. And it's okay if the white still shows too. And you can go as far down as you want. I'm just kind of angling it this way because the sun's kind of coming down this way. And you can do like, you know, little streaks here and there. Make your water whatever you want. We're going to do some fun splashes, I think, under the dolphin too. But I like to get a little bit more right near the horizon of this water. So this is just me. I'm holding the brush like right up and down, and I'm going back and forth really lightly. I'm not pushing really hard. I'm just kind of streaking it on there. So if you want to kind of thin out the lines, you're using just the tip of the brush, and it's almost so lightly. So sometimes the paint doesn't even get on the canvas, but that is okay because wherever it hits, that's just where it's going to be. So you have control over it, but also you kind of don't. But you just have to be okay with that. So I'm going to get some down here. And then I'm just going to kind of put some, like scatter some maybe. Oh, see, that's yellow, but that's okay. Scatter some over here. Try not to think about it too much. That's when we start to get real OCD about it. Okay, and then I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to let this dry a little bit before I start adding color onto that, like pinks and whites. I'm going to do some kind of like little islands, I suppose, in the background. So I just rinsed off my round brush again, and I'm going to dip into some black. I put way too much black on my plate here. And then I'm going to kind of just do, you can do like a Like in my example, I'll show you. Maybe. Like here, instead of, same idea, just different colors. So clouds, tons of clouds, and I have a moon and just pinks for the background. But here, I'm doing the same thing, and I just made hills, right? And I just kind of lightened it up right here so you can see the difference. So these are just like old rocks, and I put white on the top. So it's going to be, a little bit more simple in this one because these are just smaller. It's just a different perspective. In general, it's actually just a whole different island. I'll think about that. And I'm just going to fill this part in black. So put whatever you want here. I'm going to put a palm tree on the left-hand side, though. So just something simple. You don't want them too big because these are in the distance. And then I'm just going to do a tiny one over here. I know that I'm going to have a palm tree, but I want something right behind it. Here we go. I'm going to rinse all that black off. You can do the dolphin right now if you want to, but I'm going to wait. I think just because this is kind of globby, it should be dry by now. I'm going to dry the sun up really quick. When I use the sponge, it kind of just spreads it out on the edges, so I'm going to dry that up really quick. All right, dry enough for me. I just don't want to press too much on this part. And I just want to add a few more clouds, just kind of overlapping the sun. So I'm going to dip right into that and kind of spread it out this way. There we go. And then let's do one right over here. I don't know how many of you have been able to go on a vacation since the virus hit. I have not, and it's been killing me. I was actually supposed to go on 2 vacations by now. One was actually kind of work, but it was vacation enough. It's always fun. I was supposed to go on a few places and do like a yoga retreat and all kinds of things. Kind of glad because I don't think it would have worked out so well being pregnant and going on a yoga retreat in the desert at 7 months pregnant, but it got rescheduled and I couldn't go anyway. So if you have, let me know where you've gone. A lot of people have gone camping even. That's vacation enough for me right now. I am just so excited to go. You are in Clearwater. You're in Florida? Does the sky look like this or like 10 times better? Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous. I would give anything. I need to just go to I need to go hang out in Oak Harbor and Anacortes or something even. I just need to go somewhere. All right, so we got the hills, we got some more clouds. This dried pretty quickly on the water, so I'm gonna go back into my light portrait pink, which is like the color we have for the background. And I'm just gonna start scattering that in over some of these white parts here. It also goes over the blue, but I just wanna get that in here. Clearwater, what is the temperature there? I'm so jealous. I have been painting so much lately. It's been great. But it's like I'm just inside. I did set up outside the other day. I set up in the backyard. And then within an hour, it was so sunny out. And within an hour, it just started raining. So I had to scatter and grab all my stuff and move inside. So that didn't work out very well. But it was still fun while it lasted. It was pretty warm. All right, so I got some pink in there. I'm gonna get some more white in here. You can also go back with some more blue, grab some blue. And it just kind of re-overlaps certain areas and kind of makes it blend a little bit better. I'm gonna take some of this darker pink here and kind of push that in a little bit. Not too much. I like the lighter color. And then I'm also gonna go back in. I have a little bit of yellow that I didn't mix with white, so I'm gonna see what happens here. It might actually just be a dirty yellow. So I'm gonna wait for that. gonna grab some more white and kind of some portrait pink. This would be really pretty with some oranges. I'm gonna make sure to get some on the other side of this dolphin here too. Okay, and then I might put some more white on later too. Your oldest turns 18 on the 23rd of July. Ooh, that's a big birthday. Are they, well, I know high school is kind of out at the moment, but what, are they graduated now, or did they graduate at 17? I know I graduated at 17 because of my birth date. But still 18, that's a scary birthday. Especially for your oldest, that's a first, huh? All right, so what do we want to do? Let's fill in the dolphin. This part, I can still see him. So I'm just going to kind of edge it in here. So again, always paint within the line, just like you traced within the line. That way he doesn't get like super big and gnarly looking. Maybe he's a well-fed dolphin, I'm not sure, but. And if you're using, so you can use, again, you can use like Deco Art, Liquitex. You can use Craft Smart, all that good stuff. I kind of hid my tail actually. But Deco Art covers pretty darn well, so. So my local Michaels, they've been open a little bit for, you know, at least recently. You can still do the door orders or, curb pickup. But I went inside because their online inventory is like never accurate. So I went into the store, and that was a mistake because I came out with all kinds of fun ideas for projects that I spent too much money on that I don't have or need right now. And I don't even have the time to do it. But one of my favorite things is I bought like this, I bought this like little tin bucket, and then I bought a whole bunch of more like outdoor paint. So I'm going to paint something on the outside of that because I got a plant from my mother-in-law that I might try to put in there. I know nothing about plants, so I don't know if they grow in tin buckets, but maybe they just start there. I don't know. Or maybe I put fake flowers in them or something too, but I just want to paint it and do something with it. I'm not sure yet. All right, so we're getting our dolphin filled in here. And then I think what I'm going to do is do like a little, this is going to be like, this is like up close. This is like a little island here. And I'm just going to paint this black. So remember, if you're painting flat, I always avoid painting like the tops and sides kind of the canvas and the bottom until I'm done. And then I'll be honest with you, I actually probably don't do it when I get off the live. Unless I'm like hanging it and I know that's the one I'm putting on my wall or something. But I would do it when you're done because you're always touching your canvas, or at least I'm always touching the canvas. So you want to just avoid doing that because I have a tendency to just spread it all over because I forget. And I get it on my favorite clothes. I did that and it hurt my bank account. Yeah, Amy, I get it there. Yeah, he graduated, Kimberly. He was also 10 days overdue. Oh my gosh, 10 days. Well, you know, I'm okay with 10 days overdue. I mean, that gives me more time to catch up on a lot of things, even though, do we ever really catch up on everything? No. All right, so let's add some grass. So with grass, I'm using that same round brush. I always start, I'll bring it up closer too, but I always start in the shape that I'm bringing the grass out of. So I'm never starting right on this line. Let's bring this up here. See, I just got my hand in the black. So I never start like right at the base of this little island. I'm always starting inside. And then I'm just going to take some black and using the very tip of the brush, make sure you can see that, yeah. I'm just going to flick some grass up. So I'm coming off to the side. I'm doing long ones. I'm doing short ones. Just kind of filling it in. You can do as much as you want. You can even do a silhouette of a bird or a dog, whatever you want to do. All right, get some in there. Just kind of rough it up a little bit. So now we have a little island, kind of an up close island of grass. Put this back in the camera. Make sure this is straight. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to do kind of like a palm tree coming off the side. So I think I'm going to do it right about here-ish. Ish. So I'm just taking my round brush and coming up. And then making it stop right on the edge. I'm not too worried about right up here what it looks like, so I'm just going to do some, gosh, I forget what they're called. My husband told me. The little things that come off, you know, they're like the actual palm part of the palm tree. You guys, I'm not good with all of these things. All right, so let's say I'm going to come off here. You can kind of like line it out if you want before you start adding the little wispies. Maybe I want to come here and then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. So when I kind of edge it out like this, I mean, it looks pretty good right now, but I'm going to take this little brush and then I'm just going to try to do it to where you can see the way I'm doing it. I'm going to start just kind of very lightly, like I'm making grass, but it's on a straight line instead. I'm just kind of making it wispy, different lengths, very light touch. And I'm just coming off each side here. And it's not like a full nice coat of paint by any means. It's wispy. So I'm using the very, very tip of this brush. So when you don't put that pressure on there, it doesn't give that full coat of paint. And this one I'm going to kind of curve up and around. And then this one, you can make these longer. You can make it like come off the canvas too. But I'm just going right over where my clouds were just because that kind of fades into the background. And this part, this entire painting is actually pretty quick, but this part goes pretty quick. So there is our little palm tree. It's so cute. All right, what else do we want to do? Let's do some water coming off of fronds. Thank you, Terry, fronds. I remember hearing that word on the date night the other night in our little club, and it's just the weirdest word, fronds. Let's do some water coming off the dolphin. I'm going to add some more white actually now to the water itself. There's a little yellow in here too. Because it's dry, the yellow shows up a little bit better. I also have probably some white on my brush, so it shows up a little bit nicer. So again, these colors down here, so it depends on what color you did your sky. If you did your sky a different color, you're going to want to do those colors onto the water. All right. So you don't have to do this part, but it's kind of fun. So to do the water, that's kind of like placenta brain. Yeah. Oh, I was like, wait, what? Yeah, for sure. But it's really bad, really bad. Let's do some water falling off of the dolphin. So, I mean, you can take the back end of a brush. You can take, if you're gentle enough, the tip of the bristles here. So what I'm going to do is grab some white, and I think I'm going to come down here first, and I'm just going to do maybe like, it's like water grass, if you will, but this is like, you know, the dolphins jumping out of the ocean. Pretty technical, right? So there's where he's jumping out of. And then what I'm going to do is just kind of dot kind of like little dashes, but dots at the same time. Shows up better when you get to the blue. And then you're just going to take some water, kind of like it's falling off the fins. I'll bring this up a little closer. Right here. Here we go. So maybe it's falling down the side of his body and splashing kind of right there. Maybe down. You can also take the back end of the brush, and if you want to get like more dots, you can. But I like the little dashes a lot better. You can take a smaller brush. You do not need to grab, I mean, this is, I think is a number 6 or a number 8 round, but, and then definitely off the tail. And just get some water falling off of him there. Now, the best part about this is if you don't like it, you can always put some more blue or something over it. But I honestly think it's just best to leave it alone. Just kind of go with it, keep it random, and try not to hit it too much. Like I think I'm just going to stop there because that's a good amount of water for me. And you guys, that's kind of it. So if you, you know, if you're painting this later, you'll find it in the video section on the page. If you need the color list, I can send it to you. But again, it's black, white, blue, yellow, lighter pink, darker pink. I believe that's it. And then just print out whatever silhouette. If you want 2 dolphins or 1, just play with it and be creative. You can change your colors. You don't have to do what I'm doing. Whatever you feel is best, I would say do that. The graphite paper, you can get, you know, like I said, in the store and stuff like that. But you can also just take like a chalk pen or chalk pencil or watercolor pencil and kind of etch it on there. Because if you do chalk or watercolor, once you put water over it, it just comes off. So you can use the watercolor pencil and then trace it. And then the extra pencil, like if you have a lot of, you know, maybe you messed up 3 times, that'll just come off. So I like using those. So it's definitely varied from this original picture, right? But it's the same fun idea. So dolphins coming out. You know, everyone wants to kind of go watch these right now and kind of be out of either work or out of the rain. It's actually raining here right now. And I think that's it. So I'm going to leave this up. I do want to show you guys, well, whoever's on. So this is going to be uploaded today. This one was really fun. Let me take this. Okay. This one, if you can see this. So if you saw my story the other day, I painted this picture. This is just a nice little free bird, and I put a quote on it. And this one was so fun. And also has glitter and everything on it. So what I'm going to do, this one is going to be actually a purchasable tutorial. If you are in my Happy Little Painters Club, you actually get it for free. And that doesn't open till September, but you can get on the wait list for it, so check it out. But otherwise, if you're not, this is purchasable. It'll be on my website once it starts loading or finishes loading today. So stay tuned for that. I'll make a post about it. Other than that, Stephanie, I hope that this tutorial was okay for you. I had a request from her to do a dolphin tutorial, and I wanted to get it done by the end of this week. So I hope you guys all enjoyed it, and I hope that you guys have a good rest of your week, good weekend. And once the baby pops out, I'll bring him in to say hi. So thank you all for supporting me during this time, and I cannot wait to paint and sip with you soon. Bye, guys.